Spain will ban access to social media for minors under the age of 16. Platforms will be required to implement effective age verification systems, not just checkboxes, but real barriers that work. Today, our children are exposed to a space they were never meant to navigate alone. A space of addiction, abuse, pornography, manipulation, violence. We will no longer accept that. We will protect them from the digital Wild West. My government will work with our public prosecutor to investigate and pursue the infringement committed by Grok, TikTok, and Instagram. We will have zero tolerance on this matter, and we will defend our digital sovereignty against any form of foreign coercion. Of course, we are well aware of our limitations. We know that this is a battle that far exceeds the boundaries of any country. That is why I want to inform you that Spain has joined forces with 5 other European countries in a coalition of the digital willing, committed to enforcing stricter, faster, and more effective regulation of social media platforms.
Recently, I was scrolling through the beautiful street of TikTok and I saw a video of a woman, confronting the daughter and saying, "What are you doing on Tinder app?" Tinder app is a dating app, right? Where adults come, just to, mingle, and all. This 13-year-old was there. And I'm like, what's a 13-year-old doing on a dating app? I mean, what's going on? What's the generation turning into? All right. Now, this is not new. We have a lot of minors and teenagers on social media. Of course, you know that. All right. And of course, I've been seeing this celebrity, Kim Kardashian, right? The daughter is on social media. And sometimes when I see the clips from this young girl, and I'm like, this girl is just so young. Now, why am I actually doing this? Because we have some parents, these people are their faves, and they're like, okay, if this person's daughter can be on social media, my son can be on social media, my daughter can be on social media, minors on social media. I want us to have this conversation.
Who cares if my underage child is on social media? Even if men are watching her, they're not going to touch her. I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars off it, and that's going to help her in the long run. Wrong. You are feeding the fire. When you offer somebody who is attracted to children sexual masturbatory material, you are going to exacerbate the sexual interest in the youth or the child. Pedophiles don't wake up in the morning and think, I'm going to go assault a child. No, it starts with a slower progression of interest in images, interest in children, and it starts to grow and breed into what would it be like to actually touch one. They'll go to a park and they'll watch children. They'll go home and they'll masturbate. But then that becomes less stimulating. So then they're going to need to actually get hands-on. If you are posting your children online in a seductive manner, you are enabling child sexual assault.
Anyone under 18 is a minor, and that means their brain is still developing. Their judgment is still forming. Their sense of boundaries is still weak. So when I hear people say, oh, it's just social media, I know they don't understand the danger. A 13-year-old does not need validation from strangers, does not need attention from grown people, does not need exposure to adult conversations or pressure to grow up fast. What that child needs is guidance, protection, and time to be a child. Yes, I know 18 is legally an adult, but anything 17 and below is minor. So when a minor is on adult platforms, especially dating apps, that is not freedom. That is danger, guys.
I've talked to a lot of pedophiles in my career, and when they can't access child porn, do you know what they use? The New York Times did an investigation of child influencers. You can't have an Instagram account if you're under 13, so parents are running accounts for children. Although it's incredible to use social media to start a savings account for your kids, they can go to college and buy a house and a car, bad things are happening. Companies will send you clothing to put on your kids. If you post your kid in that outfit, you can make $3,000 on one post. Here's the problem. They looked at 5,000 child accounts and 32 million followers were adult men. Meta has disclosed that over 500,000 accounts every day have inappropriate content or interactions. When a parent posts a picture of a child and they appear more sexualized, like in a bathing suit, they get far more likes and comments from adult men. Look at my business account. You can see who's looking at you.
You need us to know that social media is not neutral. A child cannot handle it. A child cannot be careful enough. We have lots of adults who are struggling with social media. A child cannot have smart systems built by adults. It's not possible. So parents and guardians, giving a child unrestricted access to social media is like you dropping them in a crowded market full of strangers and telling them don't talk to anyone. That's not protection. That's negligence. Teenager watching me right now, if adults are telling you to wait, it's not because they hate you. No, it's because this social media space can damage you in ways you won't understand until later. Not everything you're curious about right now is safe for you yet. And personally, I believe ages 16 and below should not be on social media independently. And even at 16, it depends on the kind of child, because not every 16-year-old is emotionally ready. Some are still fragile, some are still searching for their identity, and some are easily influenced. So age alone does not mean that person is matured.
None of my kids got phones until they were 16. My 13-year-old, because we live in LA, we ended up getting her a phone, but we got her a phone from a special company. They're small and they make kid center phones that still look like smartphones. They still have some type of app access, but it has zero internet. So she has no internet. She has no social media. She doesn't even have an account to have social media. And the apps that are on her phone are all put there by me. And even if someone sends her a text, if it's slightly questionable material, it's held and I have to release the text to be seen. So we have a phone together and all devices stay out of rooms. My daughter's never allowed to have her laptop in her. Actually, we have a no room policy. So basically your rooms are for sleeping. So you don't have to sit next to me on the couch, but you can be in the other part of the house living room, or you can sit at the kitchen island, but we all, if we're awake, we are all together.
Now, let me know what you think about this conversation. Drop that in the comment section. I mean, has this also come to you? I mean, have you been thinking about this? Have you been uncomfortable or you think it's not a big deal? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let's talk about this. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, be good. Jesus loves you. And bye for now.
So I'm here with my 10-year-old daughter who really thinks that she should be allowed to have Snapchat. I've told her no time and time again. I did recently let her download Instagram, which she should be grateful for. And she had a story post that was like a poll of, should I be allowed to have Snapchat at 10 years old, yes or no? And she just showed me that she got way more yeses than nos. And I tried to explain to her that that is because your friends are all other children.
Like some of them have Snapchat, so.
Right, and some of them are a little bit older than you because they're your cheer friends. But I want to see in the comments if you let your 10-year-old child have Snapchat, because I'm a hard no on it.
Orange.
What are your thoughts? And why do you think you should be allowed to have Snapchat?
Because I get asked if I have Snapchat and I say no. They're like, why? And I'm like, because my mom's too strict. And also,